everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, June 27th through Sunday, July 3rd, 2016. So before we get into the reading at all, I want to just make mention to you that for the last few weeks, it seems like many of my videos, a lot of you are writing in comments and mentioning that the video is freezing or the audio cuts in and out at some points throughout the video. And I want you all to know that I am working on trying to figure out and brainstorm what that's all about and fix it. So I still haven't quite figured it out, but I think I'm narrowing it down, and I think I'm going to have to actually invest in some further equipment, unfortunately, to be able to rectify that situation. So please be patient with me. Please stick with me throughout this and send me lots of love and light and healing energy that I can get that rectified soon. So for this week's weekly reading, we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck for the main message. And your special message card this week is going to be coming from the Ascended Masters Oracle deck, also by Doreen Virtue. So let's take a look at your stones of choice for that special message card for the week. And the first stone of choice is called Starulite. Now, Starulite is a deep, dark, brownish stone. It's got a black X or star in it, which is why it's called Starulite. And this is a stone of the fairy realm. So it's going to connect you with the energies of the fairies and of the fairy realm. The brown reminds me of the earth and of nature. So, that's one indication of it being the fairy realm. But it's said that this cross configuration has been formed because of the tears of the fairy, the tears of the sadness of the fairies and what is going on with the planet and humanity. And in connecting with the fairies, perhaps you can receive messages as to what you can do in your part in assisting in bringing healing to the earth. Okay, your second stone of choice is called Fuchsite. And the Fuchsite, there's a little bit of a glare I see on the screen, but Fuchsite is a green stone, and it's kind of it's a flaky stone, so it's softer, and it's also got like a shine to it. It's almost, I don't know if I want to say sparkly, but it's got a shine to it. Now, the Fuchsite is really good for helping to bring healing on the physical level and helping to find herbal or holistic remedies, such as actually herbs or flower essences or essential oils or other types of energy modalities that can help with healing whatever's going on in the physical body. I'm also going to go out on a limb and say it's connected to the heart chakra because of that green color and helping to heal any emotional wounds as well. Your last stone of choice is actually not a stone at all. It's actually a mineral. This is copper. And copper is a mineral that can help to magnify and amplify certain energies. And in this case in particular, helping to amplify and magnify your thoughts. And so you want to use this when you want to visualize and bring manifestation to your positive thoughts and intentions. So this is one thing that is going to also be electrical in nature, and that electrical nature helps to kind of bring a flow from your thoughts to universe, source, God, and creating those electrical impulses to bring things into fruition. The other thing about the electrical nature of this is that it can help to bring more of a energy to your physical vitality as well. So again, your stones of choice are the Starulite, which, if I didn't say already, can also help with grounding your energy if you're feeling ungrounded. Second stone of choice again is the Fuchsite, and the third stone of choice is the copper. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the astrological energies before we look at the cards and the messages for us. On Monday the 27th, actually this whole week is really interesting because we have a lot of water elements with the planets this week. So it seems like there's a lot that's going to be going on with our feelings and emotions and healing and our intuitions and psychic abilities perhaps even on the rise and increasing. But as we start out on Monday, we have Venus in the sign of Cancer, and it's in a positive aspect to Neptune in Pisces. Now, Venus is the planet of love and relationships. It's the planet of the divine feminine. It also rules money and finances. And with it being in Cancer, there's more of a focus on home and family situations, nurturing and caretaking for other people and those that you love. And as it positively connects with Neptune and Pisces, of course, Neptune is a very spiritual planet, very ethereal planet. And it's going to just increase this aspect of the divine feminine energy of being more of the, again, caretaker, nurturer, counselor, guide, the heightening of the intuition and psychic senses and healing abilities. This is really going to strongly amplify that energy. Now, even more interesting to me is that also on Monday, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, and it's going to go stationary retrograde, or in other words, it's going to go into retrograde motion. This happens at 25 degrees of Pisces. Now, if for the last few days, I'd say up to a week ago, you've been feeling maybe a little off or strange, or things kind of going on within on an emotional level or spiritual level that you can't quite put your finger on, I think in part this is Chiron stationing, which means it's kind of stopping in essence and just kind of sitting there and getting ready to move into retrograde motion. This is amplifying and intensifying the energies of Chiron and Pisces. Now, Chiron is about where our greatest spiritual wound lies. It also is where we can bring healing to that spiritual wound. Now, because it's in the sign of Pisces, it's really amplifying up that fact that this is, in fact, a spiritual wound, a past life wound, as Chiron often is. But it's dealing with our spiritual beliefs, our spiritual connection, our having faith and trust, and that sort of thing, along that lines. Now, this is also, again, giving us more of an opportunity to bring healing to that area of life. And one thing that would be really helpful is if you knew where in your astrological chart Chiron at 25 degrees Pisces actually is. So if you know it all, you'll want to look at what house of the zodiac that falls in for you, and that will give you an idea or a clue as to where that healing or that wound is being intensified and where healing needs to take place. Now, there's something we're going to come back to Chiron retrograde here in a minute. As we move, though, to Wednesday, the 29th, we have Mercury, which is the messenger planet. It's the planet of the mental realm. It's the planet of communication, thoughts, ideas. It's moving out of Gemini, which is one of its home signs, so it was really comfortable there. And now it's going to move into, again, Cancer, where it's going to join the Sun in Cancer and Venus in Cancer. Now, Mercury, because it's a mental planet, and Cancer is a sign that is water and deals with, again, the emotions, the feelings, our intuitions. It's not going to be as comfortable there, although it will help to increase, again, your ability to maybe even understand or read or hear other people's thoughts before they even speak them. It's going to increase your intuition. So it can do that, and that's definitely a positive. But again, Mercury wants to be logical and Cancer wants to be emotional. So there's a little bit of a disconnect, if you will, there a little bit as it's trying to juggle those two things or even merge them. And I want to say let's look at that positively and say let's merge the mental and the emotional so that it works well together. Now, also on Wednesday the 29th is Mars getting ready to turn direct, which is a good thing, because while Mars has been retrograde for a few weeks now, it's kind of slowed down our forward momentum, our forward activity, our ability to take action and make things happen has been kind of really slowed down. Now that it's stationing, we kind of feel like we're in suspended animation or in limbo a little bit. And we have, again, felt like this for about a week or so, just like Chiron slowing down to turn retrograde. As Mars has slowed down and getting ready to turn direct, we've also felt this weird kind of energy because it's in the sign of Scorpio. And again, Scorpio is another water sign. And it deals with the subconscious, and it deals with the shadow side of our personality, our ego, doubts and fears and anxieties. Now, Scorpio also deals with our sense of power, or where we're being disempowered in our life, either from circumstances and situations, or from relationships with other people, or just within our own thought patterns and belief systems within us. So where in your life are you feeling disempowered? Because now Mars is getting ready to move direct. Things will kind of externalize and come out into the open a little bit more so that it can be released. And you're going to have the opportunity while Mars is moving forward in Scorpio before it finally moves back into Sagittarius around the first week of August. So in the whole month of July, basically, we're going to be able to find our power, own our power, step back into our power, release anything that disempowers us. Now, the interesting thing I want to go back to Chiron about is because Chiron is at 25 degrees Pisces, a water sign, getting ready to turn retrograde. Mars is at 23 degrees Scorpio, getting ready to turn direct. So these two planets are in connection with one another because it's only 2 degrees apart, and they're both in water signs. Now, it is a positive connection, which means it's supporting this healing on a deep subconscious spiritual level to be taking place. Does that mean it's going to be easy? Not necessarily, but it is supported. So in some aspects, yes, it will be easier to allow this healing to take place, but it's still going to be magnified because both of these planets right now are kind of stationed, which intensifies the energies of both of them. Now let's move to Thursday, the 30th of June, and we have Venus in Cancer, and it's opposing Pluto, the planet of transformation, regeneration, transmutation, and empowerment. So Venus, again, opposing Pluto can bring up issues with other people because of that opposition. It usually plays out with other people in our lives to where there is some issues of power that we're working out. There's some transformation within these relationships that we're working out. And again, this can be about money and finances as well, or at least involve money and finances. But also because Venus does rule relationships, I feel like there's a lot of transformation taking place with relationships. Now, transformation where you need to maybe release something and move forward and leave it behind, which can be the actual relationship itself, or it can be a pattern of some sort that needs to be released. So again, this could help to transform the relationship and bring it to a higher level, or it could also mean that in relationship matters that there needs to be a releasing and a letting go, and that's the transformation. So this can go, various different ways. And then we're going to skip ahead to Sunday, the 3rd of July. And on Sunday, the 3rd of July, the sun, which is in, again, the sign of Cancer, a lot of Cancerian energy now, is making a positive connection to Neptune. So at the start of the week, we had Venus in Cancer making a trine or positive connection to Neptune. Now at the end of the week, Sunday, we have Sun in Cancer making a trine or positive connection to Neptune in Pisces. So again, this is going to really amplify our intuitions, our gut feelings, our knowingness about things, our ability to send healing energies to other people, our ability to nurture and have a sense of unconditional love and compassion for both ourselves and other people. And again, there's a lot of focus, I believe, on home and family. So I feel like there's a lot of healing around home and family matters. And this can be actual biological family, or those in your community, like very good friends that are a part of your spiritual family as well. So let's take a look at the cards. I meditated and I did draw 3 cards, and then Spirit said to pull a 4th card as well. So we do have 4 cards to look at, and then we'll look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So the first card Okay, a little surprised to see an air card here, but it is the Ace of Air. Okay, the Ace of Air says at the bottom, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. So oftentimes the Ace of Air is about, just as it says, a challenging new beginning on the mental level. So we're seeing things in a new light. We're seeing things from a new perspective. And in that new perspective, we're able to start anew. We're able to move forward maybe in a different direction or in a different way on this new beginning, on this path of new beginnings. Now, it says it's challenging because a lot of times what we thought before is not the reality. And remember, the last couple weeks or even a few weeks has been kind of challenging. There's been a lot of interesting energies that have been at play, a lot of surprises over the last little while. I'm not going to say that everything's, going to be smooth sailing from here on out. We're still dealing with the Saturn-Neptune square until the end of September. So there's still some things that we're working out. But I feel like after that last Sagittarius full moon, it's feeling a lot better, and I know that you can agree with me on that. So this is a very positive sign that we're in a new beginning energy. And, this is a unicorn with wings, so it's a Pegasus. So we're getting ready to take flight on this new beginning. And I feel like we're feeling confident, or more confident at least, about this new beginning. Still maybe a little challenged and maybe even a little unsure about what that new beginning is about. But still in all, I feel like we're feeling a little bit more of a sense of maybe relief or self-assuredness about what we need to do or what the next step is as we, again, move forward maybe in a new direction. Let's take a look at the second card and see what that is. Okay, it seems like I get this card a lot lately. I don't remember if it was in the last couple of weeks' videos, but maybe it's just come up in a lot of readings when I'm doing readings for clients. But this is Major Arcana number 5. And in this deck, it's called Unity. And it's Archangel Sandalphon. And the message at the bottom says, traditional viewpoints or methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So I feel like, first of all, that term unity. In the traditional tarot, it's usually called the Hierophant, but I like that in this deck it's called unity because I feel like that is a more appropriate message for this week's reading. I feel like we're all coming together as a humanity more and more. And if you remember, we just had our second One Seed meditation event on the 25th last week. And we're going to continue doing that every month on the 25th, where no matter where you are in the world, we're coming together in unity, and we're joining our consciousness, we're joining our heart energy to send love and light and healing and support to the earth and all of humanity. And even on a personal level, I feel like we're doing this more. So coming into connection with groups of like-minded people, connecting with friends that you love and respect for support and for community, seeking out other, just as it says, organizations, maybe online, maybe in your community, maybe it's a church, maybe it's, just a gathering of like-minded folks, maybe it's a class. But I feel like coming together with those that hold similar belief systems is really important now because it's helping to amplify that energy of unity and unity consciousness. And when we come together with groups of like-minded people with this sense of unconditional love and light and compassion in our hearts, it helps to amplify that energy all over the planet. And that's what we need right now. We need this energy to move in waves all over and throughout the planet so that we can bring this planet back into a state of balance and peace in the divine feminine energy. That doesn't mean to exclude the divine masculine, but I feel like the divine masculine and the divine feminine have been out of balance for a very, very long time, and it's now time to bring in more of that divine feminine of unconditional love and nurturing and support and caring and compassion and guidance and healing for one another. And that's exactly what this card is saying. Let's take a look at the last card. Okay, here's our water finally. The 10 of water, which is a wonderful, beautiful card of our hopes and dreams and desires coming true. And it's all about feeling really good and feeling really positive and feeling really joyful and uplifted. The message at the bottom says a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs, which again is like financial needs, are met. Trustworthy relationships. Now, I feel like as I look at this and I see the child mermaid here coming up out of the water, and I think about children, which, are part of home and family, but even more so, I feel like we're coming into our inner child sense of self. Our inner child needs healing. Our inner child needs uplifting, and I feel like that's what part of Chiron in Pisces here, as it's moving retrograde, is helping us to uncover the wounds of our child or inner child, and it's helping us to heal those wounds so we can come into this place of feeling unconditional love and light and peace and joy and well-being and compassion for ourselves and for each other. And if you focus on healing that inner child, focus on giving that child, treating yourself as you would treat a child with love and care and nurturing and guidance. That's what our inner child needs so that we can move forward in healing on our journey here, and we can attain this sense of wonderful feelings and like passion for life and passion within ourselves and feeling joyful about waking up every day and moving forward on our life path, whatever that might be. I just feel like this is a wonderful, wonderful card, and I feel like more and more we're going to be coming into connection with other people that brings us more and more a sense of this family connection. Let's take a look at that fourth card that I felt guided to look at. Okay, so we have another air card, interesting, 6 of air, which is, again, these are the two most positive air cards in the deck. The Ace of Air, the 6 of Air. And the 6 of Air says things are looking up. Okay, that's wonderful to hear. Yes, after the last few weeks, after the last couple weeks, things are looking up. We're feeling better, especially on a mental level here. The end of a difficult situation, it says. And also the possibility of taking a trip. Okay, but I feel especially that this uplifted outlook is very important. The number 6 is all about balance. Balance. And this is balance of a mental nature, which is bringing us into a positive happiness on the emotional level as well. So I feel like, we have is it a horse or a unicorn, in a boat here, So in this travel, as it says, I feel like we're traveling forward. We're moving forward. We're, again, in a space of peace and feeling of unity, consciousness. It's just, to me, it's a very peaceful scene. This unicorn moving in a boat very peacefully through nature, on the water. Everything's more calm, definitely more calm than it has been. Again, we still have some healing to do, and that healing, will be made more apparent. But with Mars turning direct this week, I feel like, things are definitely moving in the right direction. Once Mars goes into Sagittarius, we'll see even faster and more positive movement. But for right now, that Mars turning direct, even though Chiron is moving retrograde, this is a very positive week, a good turning point of energies. And these are all very positive messages for this week. Let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. Again, we have the Ascended Masters deck. So for those of you that chose the Starulite people, I'm going to give these a little bit of a shuffle. I don't want you to see the bottoms of them, but I guess I can't avoid that. So, okay, I'm going to just shuffle. I'm going to ask for whatever message the Starulite people need to have. And this one's sticking out. So Starulite, wow, I love it, love it, love it. Flow of prosperity with Lakshmi. All right, so flow of prosperity could be literal, where there's a financial windfall that's coming in, or there's other supportive resources or blessings that are coming in. So look beyond the financial, because financial is just one piece and one energy. So this is like the blessings of the universe showering down upon you, okay? Lakshmi, and there's actually Ganesh here is in the background. Ganesh actually is the remover of obstacles. So there's obstacles and challenges being removed, and abundance and prosperity is flowing in with Lakshmi here. Wonderful, wonderful energy. Let's see if there's anything else I can get. I feel like as I look here, I'm really drawn to the fact, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's an aura of gold around Lakshmi's head. And that aura of gold is kind of opening that crown chakra. So they're saying that in your visualization, meditation, and prayer, visualize that golden aura of light around your crown chakra, and imagine that the blessings from the universe, in whatever form they take, is flowing through the crown chakra and down throughout your entire being. So I feel like, that's a very, very positive message. Okay. So let's take a look at those of you that chose the Fuchsite. Okay, let's see what what message Fuchsite people have. Okay, this one is really drawing my attention. And this one says mother, wife, sister, daughter, and it's Lady Nada. So this, to me, I'm getting two different messages. One is that literally there's something about connection with a female in your life. So this female, it could be your mother. If you're a man, this could be your wife, could be sister, could be daughter. Interesting. I actually have my sister coming to see me. So, this is very interesting. So I feel like there's some connection here with family, a female in your family that needs to be focused on or paid attention to. Now, the other thing that they're bringing up is that this could also be about the divine goddess energy within you, the divine feminine energy within you, just like we talked about Venus trining Neptune and that divine feminine energy. They're saying this need to show more of that divine feminine energy, exude it from your beingness, connect with unconditional love, connect with compassion, connect with your healing abilities, connect with your intuitive abilities this week. And really ask for that goddess energy to flow through you and to kind of merge with you. I'm drawn to the pink flower here, and then also it's kind of repeated in her necklace here. So to me, pink is about unconditional love for the self. They're saying to use a pink stone like rose quartz or like rhodonite or rhodochrosite. And something about opening the heart chakra. This is where the love resides, the unconditional love for ourselves and for others. And this is where our healing abilities come from, too, is from the heart chakra. I have a rose quartz actually around my neck here at the heart chakra today. So coming out with that unconditional love a little bit more in your meditations and in your everyday life. All right, for those of you that chose the copper, all right, so copper people, oops, I guess I could show it like I did with the other ones, copper. All right, copper people, let's kind of tune in and take a look here, asking for guidance. And this one's drawing my attention. Priorities with King Solomon. Okay. Interesting that the copper is about that electrical impulses and the amplification of energies, and King Solomon here has a Merkaba above his head. And that Merkaba energy, as above, so below. As we put out the visualizations or our intentions and send them with the angels or send them to kind of the heavens, if you will, so it is brought down into manifestation on the earth plane. So here's King Solomon helping you to prioritize, helping you to organize, helping you to maybe make a list of the next steps that you need to take. asking you to, again, above the crown chakra, work with this Merkaba energy. Work with bringing things down into manifestation, things of a positive level. Your positive intentions and thoughts are being manifested here. I feel like there's a strength, there's a confidence, there's a leadership ability that needs to be brought forth here with you this week. Kind of like taking charge of your life and saying, I can do it, I can make it happen. This really comes forth in this message. The other thing I'm drawn to is also the purple in this card, which again relates to the higher spiritual energies, relates to the crown chakra. So, work with that energy and work with amethyst this week. That can also help with the crown chakra and opening that up to higher vision and higher knowledge. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Stay tuned. Very soon we're going to have the July monthly angel card reading also up on YouTube. I want to send you all much love and light. Thank you so much for liking and sharing and commenting on my videos. I love each and every one of you, and I'm so grateful and thankful to have you in my lives, and thank you for the energy of support that you send me. So many, many blessings to all. Mwah. Love and light.